Greg here again, and welcome to the next build. It's going to be the ICM T34 76, which is, I've done the unboxing. It's a very simple kit, look about putting it together. But this is going to go with the Stalingrad dial that I did the review on as well. So we'll go through a build log. We'll do a build log. So what we'll do to start with, as you see, it's fairly simple. We can do step 1, step 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do all the way to step 8. Fairly simple. And then I'll get back to you and I'll tell you how it goes and if there's any problems or any fit issues, anything like that. So I'm looking forward to this one. I haven't said the only T34 I ever built was one of the first models I built was for Joe's group build, and that was a German capture one. So it'd be quite nice to do it actually in its original colours. So we shall see you very soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, I've done the first few steps. I'm not going to fasten the hatch down yet because I may be doing figures in there. I found on this hatch, on the front of it, there was a little sinkhole just inside that part there where I sanded off, which I thought was an unusual place to have one. There was nothing to get; it was easy enough to get off, but I just thought I'd let you know. It came out alright, but I haven't decided just if I'm going to put that hatch down because there's a little bit of detail in the back of it. So it'd be a shame maybe to hide that detail. If I can maybe put like a bulkhead there and painted black, something like that, so you can't see into it as such. So we've got the internal machine gun done as well. It's all that detail and it's all going to be locked away, unfortunately. Everything else went together swimmingly, no problems at all. Everything's nicely fitted. So now we're going to go on to the next step. Will be broken down into big steps, so there's not a great deal. We'll do 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then we'll come back. So that's fairly straightforward. We've got the we're starting the lower hull, lower top of the hull with the suspension, Christie suspension. So we'll get to that stage. We'll do the finish the upper hull with these bits and pieces, and the rear hat, the rear of the tank with the exhausts, and obviously put that onto the rear, and then we'll start on the tub. So what I'll do now is I'll carry on with that, and when I've got that bit done I'll come back to you and see if there's any fit issues or anything like that. So we shall see you again very soon. Right, back again. As you can see, we've got the upper deck done and the rear and the exhaust pipes. This is not the best fit in the world. As you can see, I've had to use a bit of glue, but it's together. It's typical T34. Big holes in the bloody armour. I'll just when it's dry, I'll just blob a bit of Leo, put it in there. That's the only problem really. I'm just bringing the sheet. It's fitted. It's in. It just, I may have to do some more weld seams along there and show you. I don't know how I'm going to do that bit yet, but I might try something different on that. Sorry, I can't see. Just in that corner there. The other one's okay. But we're there to do things and it will work. I'll get it to work. The machine gun's in there in place. That's low, sorry, that's the upper hull, and we started on the bottom hull. We have all the things in for the suspension on both sides. I'm not going to put the suspension arms in yet because I need to make them workable for when I'm for the diorama that I've got planned going over the railway line. So I'm going to have to Is that the right way in this one? Yep. That's that way. Of course it is, you idiot. I was right the first time. Yeah, so I'm going to have to make this workable. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take the pin, one of the pins off. But I'm still working out how I can make it workable with just taking one pin off without gluing it in at the moment. So I'm going to leave the all these till later on. So it's not a problem. I say I only want really one side to work as it's coming over the railway track on the thing, on the diorama. Yeah. So it's not a problem, but I say it's just something I'm going to have to work out. But I say they come together quite nicely. On there, there's nothing much there. Got the back fenders on there as well. There's a slight, I don't know if it's a slight warp in the turret, I'm not too sure. Or it looks like it's just slightly warped. But a bit of glue and a bit of persuasion will have that going together. So it does actually fit quite nicely, apart from the front end, which it needs to be bent round again with the plastic being quite thin. So it fits the rear quite nicely, and the front, this has to be, as you can see, there's a gap there, but this has to be brought down. That's it. That's what I want. There we go. It's cracked into place now. That's better. And then this one's this one's pulling down onto there. So it's not a problem. It's just a matter of getting everything lined up. There's a bit of a gap there as well, so which I'm not too happy about, but I'm sure we'll get it sorted eventually as we're going along. Yeah, I think it's slightly warped the yeah, we'll sort, that's no problem. That's not a problem. Whoops, daisy. So next I'm going to start off, I'll put the final drive on the transmission up. I won't bother with any of the suspension at the moment. I'll put the other side on. I've actually put these parts on before I was doing a build log. And then I'm going to start, so there's a little bit of interior. There's a few seats, driver's seat and gunner's seat to go in. So I will probably leave the hatch open. I'll have to find a couple of figures, well, one figure for the driver, and then it says putting the low hull to the bottom hull, but I won't be doing that yet, I don't think. So I'll probably do that. I'll do 15, 16 minus the suspension, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, forget 22 because I'm not going to assemble it together at that point. And then I'll start doing the road wheels. I'll put them all together. Obviously I'm not going to put them on because the suspension is not going to be sorted yet, but I can make them all up and clean them all up and get them ready. So we'll get to part 29 I think, and then I'll come back to you again when I've got that far. So we'll catch you again very, very soon. Right, we're back again, ladies and gentlemen, again. As you can see, I got this far and I thought, well, if they're going to be little seats and little bits and pieces on the inside, I may as well do them and do them so we can see them when I put a driver in there, which Joe Bennett from George Model Kits is kindly sending me a Russian tanker so I can put in there. So as you can see, I've just whitewashed it basically, give it a coat of grey wash. The seats are just in leather brown, they're never a wash as well. Obviously there's the gear sticks or the shift sticks for the controlling the tank left and right, so that's all there is inside there. So I thought I may as well use it and do it, but if we're going to look through the driver's hatch you'd see right through the tank, obviously there's nothing there. So all I did is cut some balsa wood and painted it black, and it just goes just under the turret ring now, so you can't really see any light bleed at all now if you look through the driver's hatch. So that was fairly simple to do, as you can see. You know, it's just 2 bits of balsa wood. And the driver said that they're alright, there's nothing wrong with the actual driver's seat, so they're quite comfortable, to be perfectly honest. So that was up to number 20, no sorry 21, and then we started on the up all, but you see I've got all the suspension in, all the eyes are lined up. You can see into there, there we go, they're all lined up. So yeah, I've got to make the suspension work, so I'm going to leave that off at the moment until I work out what the best method is to make it workable. So I've done the tracks together, I got them out of the way, pretty standard T34 tracks. That's where it was joined, as you can see, a bit of super glue, but I actually did have to melt it in the end. The super glue wouldn't really hold it either, so they'll be painted and weathered. All the wheels now are all sanded, they're all done, ready for there we go, keep going on the wrong side, let me just bring this light in a little bit. They're all ready to be put on when I do them. As I said, they've got to be all primed and that, yeah. So that's all done. They're all ready to be done. And then I got on to 22 right up to page 20. So basically ignoring the wheels and the suspension, putting on page on the these 2 pages. I skipped all that, apart from putting the toe hooks in there, and there's the little bits and pieces underneath there, but nothing else is being put on, no suspension, no wheels obviously. And then I got on to, say we did 28 and 29, which is putting the handles on and a bit of stuff onto the top surface. So I'll show you what I've done with that. I've jumped ahead and done a few extra pieces while I was waiting for things to dry. So I've got, obviously you've seen the machine gun in from last time. I've got the headlight in and the horn on that side. The grab handles right along both sides. I put the field drums on now out of the way. And the aerial again, which is the guitar aerial again, guitar string. And there again, it's just the handles now. So I'm going to have to spray just this little bit around here white. I'll mask the rest of it off and just spray into there white in that machine gun. You can't really see the machine gun inside, but if I spray this white, because obviously you're going to I'll put it together, see what I mean. It's quite a nice fit, apart from the front bit where you just have to pull it down like that and it goes in, no problem at all, it's fine. So you can see I've got the drive, I don't know if you can see into there or not, probably not. Just see the driver's chair there. So there'll be a driver in there. Obviously we've got the hatch to go on as well. So we're moving along nicely. So we're up to that stage at the present moment in time. So what I'll do now is I shall start on. So I've done the tracks. I shall starting to build the gun up. There's a slight bit of gun detail on the inside the breech, not a great deal, and then we can build up the turret, more of the inside of the gun. It's fairly simple. Do all that, we'll do all that. So we've got right up to 42. May as well do the whole thing in one go, because they're only simple parts. So we've got all the putting of the gun on, the plate over the mantle, little bits and pieces, the ventilators, that's part of the hatch hook, and then we can do the commander's cupola and the driver's hatch, putting the commander's cupola together, and basically it's finishing off the top of the turret, and placing the top of the turret onto the lower turret. So I'll get to that, which is page 49, sorry. Part 49, in sections. So we'll get to that bit, and then when I've got to that bit I shall get back to you. So this is Greg signing off, and we'll catch you very, very soon. Right, we're back again. So I've got up to that page of page 14, part 47. So the only thing I've changed is the gun barrel, but this isn't actually in there yet. As you can see, it's just, I've just pushed it in there for now until I finally decide if, the position on it. On the inside is just the white again. There's a little bit of detail on the coaxial machine gun. Can't really see it, but when I do the commander's cupola, obviously I'm going to have the position open as well, and you'll see a little bit of detail there with the white, so I thought I'd better paint that white and a bit of the breech. All went together fairly simple. I broke a handle, but luckily I've got plenty spares in my spares box. It's fairly simple, nice texture on the turret, as you can see. So the metal barrel I have had for a long time, and I've thought, well, I've got it, so I may as well use it. So that's it. It isn't glued in anything. It's just placed in there at the moment. So they say the detail, you know, it's giving you a little bit of detail, which is okay, fine. If you're going to have the commander's cupola open, which does help a little bit, I suppose. So I did the same again. I just did a grey primer, and then I went with the AK white primer, and then I just did a little bit of detail work with the machine gun and the mechanism for the, as you can see, for the turret to go up and down. So that's where we are at the moment. So let me just see if I can place this onto here. I've never actually placed it onto there yet, so you go into there. There we go. So it looks like a T34 now. We're getting somewhere now with it. So it's just the suspension I have to sort out yet, but in the meantime I'll probably give this a prime and coat, but that'll be in the next update. That will be, which so shall call this update 1 finished, and then we can actually start doing the painting part of it. So this is Greg signing off, and we'll see you soon, and thank you for all my subscribers again, and the new ones again. I'm really picking up quite a few again, so I must be doing something right and going in the right direction. So all my old subscribers and lovely comments that I get, I really do appreciate them. So this is Greg signing off, and we'll catch you very soon.